Now, what we want to do now is take a look at a question Sam wrote in. Sam says, perhaps a segment on how to keep your home at proper humidity level. I've tried portable humidifiers in each room and still the home is dry. He says 38% in the wintertime. I have a forced air oil furnace, dual energy heat pump, and was considering a humidifier in the furnace vent system, but I'm worried about mold forming. Okay, so where's that balance between comfortable humidity and mold forming? Well, first of all, when does mold form? When we have condensation in a same place for a long period of time. So a little condensation in the morning that goes away, that's not a problem. But if it's condensation all the time, your windows are wet or the closet gets wet or something like that, you have cold surfaces that are receiving all that moisture and it's cold enough to cause water to deposit. So either we have to heat the surface somehow, like summertime, we don't have the same problem, or reduce the humidity. In the summertime, we have high humidity and no condensation. Why? Because it's hot. So it's that balance between those two. Where does that balance really fall out? I want to just come in here and take a look, and I want to show you so that you see a little bit how to do that. I'm going into my search engine here, and I like down here in keyword filtering, I'm just going to look at what relative humidity, I think. Relative humidity, and right on top is what is the proper level of humidity for a house in winter. This is a chart from Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation that actually tells us outside air temperature and the maximum indoor relative humidity. Now this is for a standard house with double pane windows. A super energy efficient house has warmer walls and therefore can have more humidity. But you and me, we got to go back to the chart. So he says that he was 38%. Well, take a look. It's way down here. 38 is right in this last level, which means that's the limit for anything from, well, about minus 12 up to 0. So that's actually most of the winter that we're at minus 12 to 0 or somewhere in between those two. So if you're at 35% and it's minus 12 outside, you'll start getting condensation on the windows. So if he really makes it more humid, if he hits the 40% mark and we get over freezing outside, you're in trouble already. So we can't always have it as humid as we want. Sometimes we'll make a compromise, and the bedroom, we might make it more humid, particularly for children who have asthmatic problems. But you have to be careful to keep your eye out for mold because you're on that tilting balance, and that's what's so frustrating, but it's a reality of the climate we live in. And this chart can help you out. Now, the more that we can get heat on the windows, continuous flow of the furnace, the little bit more humidity we could add, we might put that humidifier into the whole house system, or we might just go around, caulk up a little bit the windows. We find as we make the house tighter, the humidity rises inside because it doesn't escape. And so you can arrive at that balance by other means than having to add humidity, because we already usually have quite a bit of humidity to the house. But unfortunately, 38% in a normal house in Canada, that's what it is going to be in winter. You're not going to get much more than that without problems. And so I don't think that Sam's going to be really, really excited about that answer. But that gives you the stats on it.